Namaste everyone. Hope you have been enjoying the reflections of my inner self, and in fact thank you very much for taking the time to tune into these reflections. I know we are all busy with our day-to-day duties and our lives, families, works, but in spite of that, if you are able to tune into these reflections, I'm really grateful and thankful to you. In today's reflections, I would like to share something very interesting. We all, do already understand how Master Sunita's vibrations help in clearing all these mental accumulations, subconscious clutters, and take you to that pure, blissful stillness, that pure consciousness state. And it happens in the meditations in her presence. We have touched upon that in many of the reflections that I have been sharing. In today's reflection, I would like to share experiences where the power of those vibrations, power of that pure divine vibrations can bring change even though you are not directly in her presence. And the most recent example is from actually yesterday. I was writing an article, actually again some of my experiences about synchronicity, which we will talk at a later time. But I was writing that article, and as I was writing, I started to get into that zone. We all understand the zone, right? The space. And I was contemplating on those experiences, and as always, I say, when I'm writing, it's not me that I'm writing, it's some pure consciousness, that kind of pure energy that travels through me, that writes all these reflections or articles. So in a similar manner, I was writing those reflections, and in a few minutes, I could feel that pure bliss. The same experience that I would get when I'm meditating in the presence of the Master, I was able to experience while I was writing. And I've noticed that even when I'm talking, when I'm recording this, most of the times I'm driving, but I don't even realize that I'm driving. I'm in this pure zone, and everything just comes down very naturally. Everything flows seamlessly. And not only that at the end of this talk, at the end of when I finished the writing, I experienced that pure bliss, that state of pure consciousness. So what I understood from this, from the most recent experience yesterday, is that it does not matter where you are physically. The moment you are fully into that zone of that pure consciousness, when you think about Master, when you are thinking, your consciousness is making a connection with that pure consciousness, and that pure vibrations are so fast. They are faster than speed of light, and it is instant. You start to feel very relaxed, very peaceful. That whole stillness engulfs you completely. And I have noticed this many times even in the past. Let's say even like with the day-to-day things, you are a little bit tired, or so many things go on in our life, many thoughts. We look forward to meet someone, or when we have meetings at work, and we have our chores that we have to do at home. All these things can create a bit of vibration in us, which takes away from that zone. But what I have noticed is, even in spite of all that, when I sit down and when I say, okay, I'm going to write this now, I'm going to share this now, and the moment that happens, initially I do notice there is a little bit of inertia, which is very natural, because you're trying to shift from a different state of consciousness, and there is going to be a little bit of push there. But with that one moment, after that one moment passes, it is seamless. And I wonder every single time when I'm doing this, that the words start to flow from either my, when I'm typing on the keyboard or when I'm speaking on the phone, they just seamlessly flow. And Yesterday it was such an incredible experience. Like after completing writing those reflections, I was in a state of bliss. I was just floating. I was looking at my face and it was just glowing. It was peaceful. My eyes were calm and serene. And as I was driving, I was feeling that pure bliss. I was feeling very light. And then I went home. I looked at myself and then I just took a shower and I just lied down. And I was experiencing the same transcendental state that I experienced in the meditations with the Master. And it was like a divine nectar, as if like I've drunk like liters and liters of honey or ambrosia. The same feeling of pure bliss, the same feeling of pure consciousness I was experiencing. So, dears, with such pure divine masters, the greatness is that their vibrations are so powerful that even if you fully 100%, if you completely get into that zone and you start to reflect on it and reflect on the experience or write something, even that can start to trigger that pure consciousness in you, and experience of that lightness, experience of that purity, that divinity starts in you, in every corner of your consciousness. And of course, there are no words to describe for the same experience when you are meditating in the presence of the Master. No matter what, how many years you have experienced meditating yourself, which I have been doing for the past 8 years, I do see a tremendous amount of difference between meditating on my own and in the presence of Master. And the next few days after that meditation, I am in that pure bliss. I am singing, I am joyful, I am blissful. There is abundance of energy. There is a purpose for my life. I suddenly see that, oh my God, I want to do all these amazing things. Not things that will make me, rich, fame, popular. The things that can be useful for humanity. The things that can last for generations together. Not the wealth, not the richnesses, but the richness of the heart, the richness and purity of the soul. I feel like, oh my God, generations should experience such a pure divine master, which we I don't think find these days. And I keep saying that in all my talks, that there are masters out there who can talk and lecture and write books, but rare are such masters who work with the pure, silent, divine vibrations and are able to heal and cure so many complex diseases at a physical level, mental level, all these psychosomatic disorders, and at a spiritual level, for a person who is in thirst or in search of the purpose and essence of life, they will find that pure bliss, that eternal pure soul that we all yearn for. The search ends at once we experience that eternal, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent energy. So dears, thank you very much again for taking time to tune into these reflections. And again, we will continue to listen to these divine experiences in the grace of a pure divine master like Sunita. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the whole universe be in pure divine bliss.